Alright, so in November, the UFC is shutting down the Apex for construction, which means it's probably going to be gone for a while. And a lot of people are kind of happy about this, that the Apex is finally going, because a lot of people hate the Apex. But by the time it's gone, will it be missed after it is gone? I want to talk about it. Let me know if you're going to miss the Apex after it's gone. And while you're down there, I'd appreciate you like, subscribe. Bro, we hit 300 subs, which is absolutely crazy. Okay, I will be giving away the kid in my basement. Like I said, that is going to be shipped out soon. I'll be happy to see him gone. Anyway, let me get into the Apex thing because honestly, I think the Apex is very overhated. Like, I don't think I hate watching the Apex. Okay, I don't really like the Apex at all as like in terms of like an arena. I think it's fine to be honest. But the thing is, while as much as I hate watching the Apex, I don't think it's necessarily bad because of the Apex, okay? The reason it is bad is because they put the matchups that literally nobody wants to see, okay? They put in, like, bloody flyweight. I don't even know, bro. Like, Rose Namajunas, who's, like, second ranked at flyweight or whatever, women's flyweight. Like, these random fights that really not a lot of people want to see anyway. And they just put it in the Apex because these fighters have to fight, right? It's not like they can just, like, never fight on a pay-per-view because no one's going to want to watch that. It's like, I'm glad they're putting stuff like Sergey Spivak and Marcin Tybura in the Apex that literally nobody wants to see. Okay, I don't want to see that on a main card. Okay, if I'm watching a pay per view, I don't want to see that fight, bro. Like nobody does. Okay, nobody wants to see those fights. You put it in the Apex, they get to like run their ads or whatever, make their money. It's very cheap for the UFC. You know, there are obviously a lot of cards that have good matchups on them, but then they're put inside the Apex. Like for example, Gilbert Burns versus Sean Brady. I feel like that would have been cool in front of a crowd. Instead, they put like Rose Namajunas versus what I don't even remember who she fought. Like, like they need to put fights like that in the Apex and just keep that there. That is what I think the Apex is good for. I'm not saying I hate watching the Apex cards. I do watch all of them, but I much prefer watching it with a crowd. I think the crowd definitely helps, but again, I feel like it is the matchups that most of the time it's not like fully the Apex's fault that it's the matchups suck because it's usually like some terrible stuff. Like you'll watch an Apex card and it's just like the worst matchups known to man. Okay, again, not really the fault of the Apex necessarily as much as it is just not that good of an arena. It's much better to have a crowd there, but the Apex going away. I think it is a good thing for now, okay? Because I'm pretty sure the UFC is going to need to keep up a high amount of like fight nights, right? Because I feel like we've just been having so many, they're going to have to keep keeping up this pace since there's like so many fighters now. Yeah, there's like literally a ton, and they've scheduled quite a lot. They have been going out quite a lot recently in terms of like where the fight nights take place. Like UFC Macau got announced recently. I believe this is after the Apex is shutting down though, and like we've had a couple like the KSC Center one. Abu Dhabi had some really good fight nights. Like we've been getting out there more and more, so I think I'm glad that the UFC is doing that now. But now the Apex is going to be fully gone. We're basically going to be having one almost like every week or at least every couple weeks, which is pretty good. One thing I'm really sad about is that Tyra versus Royval is still in the Apex. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. I wonder what they're gonna do for UFC Vegas 100, I believe it is, bro. Because like I want to see if they do something special for like the 100th Apex card. I thought that would be pretty funny. I think Houdini MMA on Instagram, he made a pretty good like concept one, even though there was way too many ranked fighters on there. Okay, we need to put Shamil Gaziev versus like Marcin Tybura as the main event. I think that's a good main event for UFC Vegas 100. No, I think Jamal Hill versus Yuri Prohaska, even though they would never do that, but I think that would be a really really cool one to put for UFC 100. I think some like really like like a title eliminator would be cool for like the UFC Vegas 100, even though it'd suck with no crowd. I think they just need to start like letting more people into the Apex. I think that would be really cool because I'm sure a lot of people would go if they were able to. Like even in the gameplay, I really don't know why they did this. Okay, this is literally not even, this never happens, but yeah, I think it would be cool if they let more people into the Apex and stuff. But I think the Apex going is a good thing because it means there's going to be a lot more fight nights outside outside the Apex, which is going to be really, really cool. Okay, the biggest one right now that we are all seeing is UFC Macau. UFC Fight Night in Macau. I believe Macau is in China. I don't like, bro. I've never heard Macau before until like now. But I do want to talk about Macau because this card is really, really good. Okay, Jan versus Figueiredo as the main event. I'll talk about that more because I kind of want to break it down. But anyway, let me go through it. So Yan Zhao, I can't say her name. Yao Zhao Nan. No, I think I messed that up. But Jan versus Tabitha Ricci. I think this is a whatever matchup. I don't really care. This is just a Chinese fighter. I'm assuming that's why they're putting her here. And then Tabitha Ricci is absolutely awful. Okay, Baby Shark might be the worst nickname of all time. They just cut her off from the UFC for this nickname alone. But she's also awful, and Jan is way better. And then Volkan Oezdemir versus Carlos Ulberg. Bro, Carlos Ulberg. This is such a random matchup to put on this card, by the way. Like, bro, like if this is a card for China, why are they not putting like Song Yadong or like? I think they should have gave him what's his name, Zhang Weili, or like the main event or something, because like how many cards are realistically going to be in China? I really don't know what they were doing here, but Volkan Oezdemir versus Carlos Ulberg is such a good matchup, bro. Imagine being Carlos Ulberg. You're supposed to fight Jamal Hill, maybe get a title shot. He literally could have been like Khalil Rountree right now if he fought Jamal Hill, but both of them pulled out. So, Volkan Oezdemir versus Carlos Ulberg. I think that's a good matchup. I don't really know who's gonna win that. I think Volkan Oezdemir definitely has a good chance. So does Carlos Ulberg. I think they're both like great strikers. But next fight. Now this one's a really really great fight. Okay, this is basically so. There is Alex Pereira versus like John Jones as like an anticipated matchups. Like Islam versus like Arman is a pretty hyped one right now. But then there's also Song Kenan versus Muslim Salikov, and I think this was the best matchup of maybe all time actually, bro. So Song Kenan, like I'm a huge fan of Song Kenan now after his last fight, bro. This guy has literally the crafty veteran style, bro. Okay, it's like if you took all of like Lucas Tracy's catchphrases and you just put him into a person. Okay, big meaty hooks, biting down on the mouthpiece. Like he's this guy is like Lucas Tracy. It's like Lucas Tracy retired and then Song Kenan just came out and he was just like. He adopted the style immediately, and Muslim Salikov is kind of a bot. I'm not gonna lie, this guy's an actual NPC. Anyway, Wang Kong versus Cowie Fernandez, I believe her name is. Bro, Wang Kong title run is coming, guys. Okay, the Jonkler. Okay, we've got the Riddler joining the UFC. Now we've got Wang Kong, the Jonkler. Bro, I'd do the Jonkler beatbox if I could, but that it would end awfully. But bro, Wang Kong is actually fighting again on UFC Macau. I'm so hyped, bro. Okay, Wang Kong is the only female fighter I actually care about now. Okay, because bro. The story that her winning the belt is literally guaranteed. It's literally part of the script. Okay, it's like basically they're just CGIing it into the UFC right now as we see. Because look, bro, Valentina Shevchenko beat my wife Alexa Grasso. Obviously CGI, so they just edited that into the storyline of her. Whatever even happened in that fight. I was kind of half asleep, um, you know, and it was kind of difficult to hold up the phone with one hand. And then anyway, so Wang Kong. Her title run is coming. I think she's gonna beat Valentina Shevchenko for the belt in like next fight. I think they're just gonna have to give her a title shot immediately. She's that good. Also, she came with a very impressive performance last time. Like, I really like Wang Kong. I think she's a really good striker. I think she could definitely beat Valentina Shevchenko out. But the thing is, I think Shevchenko is just gonna lie on her. If that fight ever happens, I really doubt Valentina Shevchenko is gonna sit there and try and have like a Muay Thai fight with her. Like if that does happen, I don't know how high level Wang Kong's wrestling is. I believe she has got a couple submissions on her record, but that's not really a good indicator of how good she is as a grappler compared to Valentina Shevchenko. But I do think she's gonna win this one. Then we got Zhang Mingyang versus Diaz. Bro, Zhang Mingyang is so funny. I don't even know why. I forgot what this guy did, but his face just looks funny. He kind of looks like Zhang Big Bang if like 20 years ago. He looks like Zhang Big Bang with hair. But anyway, this guy's awesome. Okay, he got like a knockout on like this one Apex card I remember. I thought that was insane. He's really good. I really like his style. I'm excited to see him fight in a UFC Macau. I'm gonna pick him to win that by like a knockout. And then Kavanaugh versus Ochoa. This fight is so dumb, bro. They've got two guys on the. If you don't know Kavanaugh had that awesome KO in the Dana White Contender Series, and it did like a huge backflip after, which was really cool. I don't know why they're putting two Dana White Contender Series guys against each other. Like that can't just be me that thinks that makes zero sense. Like why would they even do that, bro? like imagine like winning a contract on the Dana White Contender Series just to fight another Dana White Contender Series guy. Like that just doesn't make sense. But yeah, I think it's a good matchup. I really like Kavanaugh. He seems like a cool guy. I think he'll win that one. And then Tumen de Barrel versus Carlos Hernandez. They just seem to be feeding Carlos Hernandez to literally any single flyweight who I don't even know. Like I don't even know who Tumen de Barrel. I can't even say this guy's name, but I don't even know who he is. But I'm assuming this guy must be like have some potential or something if they're just feeding him to Carlos Hernandez. Anyway, Figgy versus Jan. What's that? Piotr Jan versus Figueredo. Bro, this is a good matchup. I've been saying that they need to do this for a long, long time. I think this would just be great. I think this is a great fight. I'm really disappointed it's not the co-main to the December card. I feel like that would be such a cool thing to see in like T-Mobile Arena or like MSG or something. But I'm fine with this. I think this is a really good fight. I think Jan will win. I think Jan will win. Bro, I can't even speak. I think Jan will win. Because I've said time and time again, Figgy just looks scared on the feet. He doesn't. He literally every time he's striking with a bantamweight, he just doesn't even look like he wants to be there. And then you've got a guy, high level striker like Petr Yan, pretty good grappling as well. I just don't think Figgy's gonna be able to just do whatever he wants to Yan. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy that video. We hit 300 subs. This is actually crazy. Never thought I'd see this day after the like fall off, bro. The fall off in like I don't even know when it was. It was like in August or something. But yeah, thank you guys for that, like a lot, bro. I genuinely appreciate that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe.